Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. The Advent Tournament 2023 starts now. Welcome to the Bourbon Van's 2023 Advent Whiskey Tournament, presented by Bull Run Distillery and their extensive award-winning line of craft spirits.
Round one, day one, 2 head-to-head matchups, fully blind, no idea what we're drinking, no bottles to introduce, and we're both drinking the same thing today. So this is whiskey number 1 versus whiskey number 17. We have absolutely no idea what's in these glasses. Let's just get started here.
I can't believe it's this time of year already. It's crazy.
Don't you feel in that holiday mood already?
I'm getting there.
I bet by the time we're done sipping on these 2 glasses, we'll be in that mood.
Ooh, I like the nose on this one.
Good grief.
Good grief. Yes.
Oh, nose 1 smells remarkable.
It is sugary and sweet. There's oakiness in there.
One of those whiskeys where you go, this is why I drink whiskey, at least on the nose.
Yeah, the nose is wonderful. I almost get a touch of leather there.
Ooh. Yeah, I like everything about the nose on glass number 1. Check out glass number 2.
Yeah, to be honest, I was like, do we drink? Do we go to the other one? I can't remember what we do.
Also smells great.
Also smells great. Feels unfair a little bit because the nose on glass number 1 was so nice. This one, it seems more fruity.
I think there's more leather on this one.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit darker. A little musty.
Yeah, a nice richness on both of these. Both of them have a nice sort of aged oak barrel char thing happening. We warmed up with a whiskey to make sure that whatever hits our palates next, we're ready for. Let's get on to the tasting. Glass number 1.
Cheers. Delicious. Ooh. Huh.
Beautiful.
I was like, ooh, kind of tastes like a rye a bit.
Salted caramel.
I got a little licorice on that. Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to feel bad about picking one because these were so generously donated. I'm not going to want to make a selection.
Well, and I also said before we started this thing, hey, maybe these are going to be easy matchups. We don't have any ties to any of these bottles,
right.
So, you know, if one of them hits our palates, we'll just tell the other one to shove off. No big deal. Right off the bat, I can already tell that's not going to be the case. We are going to be mired in some long, confusing, and upsetting battles. I like glass number 1 right off the bat. I'm very, very happy with that.
Yeah, I like glass number 1 too. Some nice fruit there. There's some nice leather notes. It's a bit spicy, but not super spicy. I don't think it's particularly warm. Maybe like around 100 proof.
I love the way this hits my tongue.
Oh, it's delicious. Wow.
I'm not even giving notes. I mean, it's all the things that I said on the nose. It really follows through with the promise of the nose. The finish is great.
Yeah.
It's not overly dry. It's well balanced. It's cohesive. Glass number 1, whatever that is, that's outstanding.
I like the mouthfeel in this one too. Like it coats really nice. I do like the finish. Ooh, that heat is building now just a little bit. Delicious.
Delicious. Let's cleanse our palates, get on to glass number 2. All right, on to glass number 2, which is whiskey number 17. You can see on the bottom of the screen what these are. We have no idea.
Gosh, I was going to say peach, like a peachy note to this one.
Like a grilled, caramelized peach.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
maybe not as aggressive as a peach, but there's something grilled fruit
or apricot. There's something in that lane.
Yeah, or a pluot. You like pluots?
I've never had one.
Get out of here.
No, I don't even know what it looks like.
Really?
No.
I love a pluot.
I think you just like saying it.
Yeah, I probably just like saying it. I really like this one too. More of a raisin, red fruit, almost to the point of bitterness too on the palate from what I assume to be some well-aged oak. The leather notes there, the vanilla is there. I like it. There's a barrel char coming through on this one that's actually really appealing to me. This is a tough matchup because
so different.
They're so different, but also not that different because there are appealing things on each one of these. The vanilla, the oak, the brown sugar, the way they coat. It's a solid matchup. A big kudos to Peach Coke for putting these 2 whiskeys together.
Yeah.
Because they do belong together, I think.
Mid-palate is kind of where this one shines. I like the charry note that you get on here. The finish is really nice. I think the proof point is quite perfect on this one. It's delicious.
Off the bat, our Patreon supporters are spoiling us here.
They are spoiling us.
I am so excited to find out what these are. And by the way that they're going to be revealed to us is if we both eliminate something,
Right.
we take the envelope, open it up, find out what in the world it was.
Otherwise, we won't know.
If it's still in for one or both of us, we'll have no idea.
You'll know. We just won't.
The thing that differentiates these two right now for me is that there's a little bitterness on glass number 2. Mm-hmm. And there's maybe a hint on the very tail end of some sort of cracker or meal, some sort of grain. So I would, if I had to guess, I would say that glass number 1 maybe isn't as aged as glass number 2.
Ah, interesting.
When they're fully blind, you just have no idea what's going on.
No, I love this. The second glass, I said the nose had a bit of mustiness, and I got a little mustiness on the finish of this one.
Wow.
Ooh, I like glass number 2 a lot.
This is gonna
The
be
more that I drink it.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I go back to one of these glasses, I go, oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Man, which one has a better mouthfeel? Which one has an elongated finish? A lot of times I just go by, which one of these do I like better?
Yep.
That's not going to happen here. I
Yeah.
have to actually, in my mind, pick the one that I think performs better as a whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm going with this one. There's no way I can just make a decision based on which one I like because I love both of these.
And I'm ready.
Are you really?
Yep.
You're going to be waiting on me today, folks.
I'm a passionate drinker, and I'm going with pure feeling.
We're going to get that t-shirt in the store as quickly as possible. I'm a passionate drinker.
Back to drinking my glasses down.
Oh, man, you were way ahead of me. No wonder you made a decision.
Usually it's me you're waiting on, so that'll happen further on in this tournament, I think.
I'm determined to be the consummate professional.
Yeah.
Which is the one thing we've never been on this channel.
Right.
Professional. I think I have a decision. I do have a decision.
Perfect.
Okay, so we talked about this before.
Yep.
Number 1, we were going to try not to influence each other at all.
Right.
And number 2, we're not going to tell the other one on or off camera which one we're choosing. On the count of 3, we're going to push these forward. It's the first time that we'll have given each other any indication of which one that we're going with. I'm so excited to see what's about to happen.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. We went the same one.
We did.
Incredible. Well, there you go. Whiskey number 1 gets through to the second round.
Yep.
Whiskey number 17 is now out, and that means that we can look at the envelope
We
and see
can.
what just got eliminated.
So I will say number 17 was delicious.
It was fantastic.
There was just something about the first glass that just the loud brash flavors. I love the little tobacco note. I like the fruit notes. The oak was really nice. It just really sang to me today.
Yeah, glass number 1 for me, the brightness won out. There was
Yeah.
a little bit of a lemon zest that I was getting near the end, and I just liked all the flavors there. It was so cohesive. Peach Coke put these envelopes together. He put all the information inside. I'm excited to see who sent us this one and what was it.
Oh, Mavis came for the reveal.
And we got a cat.
So the first elimination in the 2023 Advent Tournament is from our friend Joe Knott. It's Old Ezra Rye, 7-year, 114 proof.
We've never tried this whiskey.
We have not.
Old Ezra 7, solid whiskey, but we say goodbye to it here. Unbelievable. And guess what? We still have another head-to-head matchup coming at you next. Stop eating my watch. Let's get to it right after this.
Was your whiskey hand-selected by the Bourbon Van? If not, it should be. Click the link below in the description and get yours today. So back for matchup number 2. In the Julie Port glass, we have number 2. And in the Do Not Disturb glass, we have number 28.
Whiskey number 2.
Whiskey number 2. I always do that.
We try to be appropriate on this channel. At least one of us does. All right, whiskey number 2 versus whiskey number 28. Again, fully blind. Can't wait. Let's get to the nose.
Wow.
All right,
This is pink bubble gum.
Absolutely radically different from our first round matchup.
So I'm glad this one wasn't in the mix over there. It is so sugary, so sweet, so bubblegummy.
Absurdly sweet.
It also has citrus. Can you underneath all that sweetness, can you smell the lemon? It's almost like a lemon zest.
It smells good.
Totally.
Totally different than
yeah.
that first round matchup.
It makes me want to drink a whole pint of water just to make sure that I'm totally, clean and fresh.
Clean and fresh.
Well, these do not smell the same.
No, totally different.
It smells a little drier, a little peanuttier, more like dry oak.
Yeah.
Oh, these are gonna be a bit different. Maybe not. Maybe the palates will shock us.
I hope so.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I said bubblegum, but I think what I meant was banana runs. Because the nose had a bit of a banana run the palate.
Wow, the palate is banana run.
This
too,
is really interesting. It's kind of a tropical-y concoction.
It's grassy. It's a little grassy.
What do you think?
I do. Yeah, it's not majorly grassy. It's a little grassy.
Ooh, different.
Very different. There's a fruit sweetness here. You're right. It's runts candy on the palate and even on the finish.
I feel like it needs an umbrella, like this should be at a tiki hut.
It could be a pina colada. It's a bit of a pina colada. I actually really like this.
Yeah.
For its strangeness.
It is a little bit strange. I
can't imagine this is something we've had before, and if it is, I didn't recognize all of these notes. I don't imagine.
There is a bit of dry oak on this as well, so I think that balances out the sweetness.
This tastes more like something that was aged in a bourbon barrel than bourbon.
Maybe more of a caramelized banana, so almost like you get that like caramel, like that little syrupiness, and maybe it's not maple syrup, but just that syrupiness that comes with that when you do it on the stovetop.
You're right about the crystallized sugar, mushy, sort of semi-cooked banana thing.
Huh.
It's really pleasant, really enjoyable, really light, and what can I say? I like it.
I know, and I just had this thought come into my head that I need to already, in just the second mashup of the first day, I need to start thinking of these more as competitors to what is to come. So I already have in my mind what won that first matchup, and I bring that into this as well.
Oh, you can't have no in your heart. You gotta just let
no in your heart.
You gotta let them play the games.
Good
kid.
point.
All right, let's cleanse our palates and get on to glass number 2.
Glass number 2. Oh, all right.
I wanted more on the nose.
Oh. Wow, this one's so strange too. Good job, guys.
Excellent.
I have never tasted anything like this too, and it was such an experience that I forgot any kind of flavor notes because I was expecting it to be super dry, a little bit nutty.
These are way more similar than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
On the palate.
Wow.
Interesting, and both quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You Patreons, you spoil us. I'm telling you. These are great.
There's a bit of a metallic-ness to this, which I know doesn't...
Metallica?
Metallica. Which I know doesn't sound great, but it had such an interesting dimension to this sip.
Glass number 2 coats a little bit better, I think. As far as the dense thickness of it, I could probably present that a different way.
I find this kind of a strange whiskey.
Do you?
I do. I am unfamiliar with the flavors that I'm getting on this.
Yeah, I honestly, these are coming out of left field. I don't know if these are craft whiskeys or American single malts or what they might be, American whiskeys in general, finished whiskeys. I don't know. But they're very unusual, both of them.
Both of them. So another great matchup because they're both so unusual than anything that we've had.
And they're entertaining, though.
I'm having a great day.
These whiskeys are fun. They are tasty. They are interesting. The way it coats, the overall experience, there are differences here. That's where this one is going to be decided, I think.
This one is going to be trickier than the first matchup. For me.
Think so?
For me, it's trickier.
I already have a winner on this one.
Oh, no. Now we flip the script.
Glass number 1 is familiar in a way that makes me think maybe we have tried it, or at least something from that brand. Glass number 2, a touch more nondescript. Interesting. These are interesting whiskeys. What a great matchup. Peach Coke, at it again. Look at them go.
I know, and I can't wait to see where you went with this. This one is tough for me.
Yeah.
I feel like there's obviously not a wrong decision. I mean, you guys think there is.
You got your arms crossed over here.
This is my thinking
pose. That's your thinking pose.
What is that? The
thinker?
The thinking man?
The thinker.
Yeah. Oh, the thinker. This is the Julie thinker. Like,
The nuttiness on glass 2 reminds me of a honey roasted peanut and a Marcona almond had a baby.
You like that? Maybe.
Maybe.
Did you?
Maybe. I was really high on them at first because they were so novel and interesting, but the deeper we go, neither one of them really hits my palate all that well.
Yeah, I don't have anything left here now to drink because I think I agree with you. The flavors are really strange. And
fair assessment.
Yeah, and in my head I'm thinking, do I want to go the dry route or the overly sweet route? Like,
yeah.
Glass number 1 is overly sweet at the end. Like, it's just There's just a lot going on.
It's a little cloying.
Yeah, and glass number 2 has that nuttiness that I'm not known to like particularly. And so that's the struggle, because I do like glass number 2, but I'm not, not a fan of that nuttiness.
The Bourbon Van Advent Tournament 2023. The struggle is real.
Off to a great start.
Are you ready to make a decision?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. We went different routes.
I really couldn't make a decision on this one. In my head, I think that glass number 2 is more balanced. I just couldn't get over the nuttiness on that one.
And for me, it was the exact opposite. The sweetness is just too much on glass 1. Glass number 2 won out because of the balance. Glass number 2, at the last second, I got a coffee note.
Oh,
and
nice.
It's a heady, like a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
And that hint of black coffee bitterness is what really turned me on that glass. And that's why I went with glass number 2.
I feel like this is kind of a great representation of us, because I did end up, when I can't make a decision, I just go the sweet route, and you go the sensible route, probably.
I go the bitter route, for better or worse. Well, there you go. Because we didn't eliminate,
We can't figure out what we got.
and that's it. That's enough for day number 1. And we'll be back tomorrow with day number 2. We hope that your bracket's intact for each of us, since we each have a different bracket.
Yep.
You might be 100%. And if you are, congratulations. And from wherever we are,
To wherever you are.
cheers.
Cheers. I didn't have anything left. We're back to the Advent Tournament! Crazy.